Well, we now know that British banking is corrupt and very much central to the establishment plot to crack down on free and fair debate in the UK. The seismic victory of my colleague Nigel Farage over NatWest and the BBC is a stake through the heart of the groupthink and globalist orthodoxy that is trying to silence the voice of the people like you and all of us at this broadcaster. What's happened over the past few weeks, and especially the past 24 hours, is so much more than a row over a Coutts bank account. It's about whether corporations and institutions have any right to judge honest and hard-working Brits who are brave enough to speak out against the groupthink and woke mumbo-jumbo that is increasingly destroying our society. There's a reason why the BBC Today programme presenter Nick Robinson, a long-time hater of GB News, was even today so determined to snare at Nigel despite what he has so brilliantly and bravely uncovered.
You know, pretty much whatever you do, there are people saying, I know what this is about. He wants to get back into politics again. I know you've run 7 times and lost 7 times, but
I'm really not going to have this. I'm sick to death of your condescending tone. It's about time.
I was teasing you, Mr. Farage. I was teasing you.
Actually, you weren't. What you should say to people is you're the only person in British history who's won 2 national elections leading 2 different parties. Let's try that aside.
Are you coming back then, given your previous success?
No, I'm now a champion and a crusader for men and women who've been closed down by the banks, and I want cultural changes within the banks, and I want legal changes, and I do not want cash driven out of the system and us pushed towards central bank digital currency.
Rather than his pathetic put-downs and arrogance, where is the outrage from Mr. Robinson about the fact a British bank was undertaking an extraordinary surveillance operation on Farage, incorrectly libelling him as a racist and a transphobe for publicly expressing views that actually, let's be honest about it, are consistently shared by the majority of the British public? Where is the questioning from our public broadcaster about the sick creep towards a Chinese-style social credit system? Not a peep on that from Mr. Robinson. Now, Farage believes the stunning early morning departure of Dame Alison Rose just hours after the NatWest board had stood by her publicly is just the start. Tonight, he announced he'll be launching a new website to lobby against the anti-democratic travesty of debanking.
I'm astonished that it's just Dame Alison that has gone so far. I think more need to go. I think the whole board, frankly, made a stupendous error last night. Either way, what my case has done is to lift the lid off a problem that was there anyway. I will be, in the course of the next few days, launching a website. If we can form a powerful lobby, we can get ministers and Parliament to look at laws that need changing. Banking needs a cultural change. Banking needs legislative change. Banking in Britain right now is absolutely rotten.
Yep, and Nigel is right, because banking is so fundamental to our way of life. I've been debanked by HSBC. I stayed quiet. That was a mistake. The time for silence is over. The establishment plot to censor views challenging the blob, I believe, is now truly chilling. That's because it spans social media, our political institutions, the civil service, and the vast bulk of the mainstream media. And if you have any doubt that all those players are increasingly terrified of GB News, just look closely at what's been going on these past few weeks. The nefarious forces attempting to cause maximum damage have done so because they know this broadcaster is part of a wider movement to reclaim the values that matter to Brits. You are joining us in growing numbers, night after night in prime time. We are regularly thrashing Sly News and the British Bashing Corporation. So silencing us is a way of silencing you. So I applaud Nigel for the biggest victory over the establishment since his Brexit win. But I warn you that while this battle might be partly won, the fight for our freedom has really just begun.